morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's time for a full and fun streaming week here on DSPGaming. We're finally getting back into the normal schedule of things after a couple of weeks there where things were really weird. 6 days of fun here on the channel. Great gameplay, awesome vibes, chill times. I'm excited. On today's show, we're going to get caught up. I'm going to let you know all about my day off and what I was up to. Going to get you caught up on the entire schedule. I'd like to give you my initial thoughts on the Black Ops 7 beta, which I played back on Friday, but I also want to talk about Hades 2 because, it didn't go as I had hoped when I played on Friday night, and I'm trying to figure out what to do this week. Do we keep playing it, or do we play the other game that everyone had wanted, and we held off on playing? I mean, I need feedback. And the thing is, it's hard to get feedback when the audience for Hades 2 didn't show up to the Friday night stream. I want to know why. So, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm excited. I hope that you are. Sit back and relax, folks. It is time for the start of an awesome week here on DSP Gaming with a nice episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 5th of October, 2025. Now, I'm excited to get back on track with the regular schedule. What do I mean by that? I mean, as you know, the last couple of weeks have been weird. There's been a week where it was like a 4-day streaming week. Then we had an 8-day streaming week. We had days that were up in the air. We didn't know when I was going to be streaming because of my internet being up and down. We had a marathon thrown in there that people weren't really ready for. But now we're back to normalcy. For the rest of this month, I'm hoping to stay on track, hopefully with regular streaming days. You know, there may be 1 week in there where I take an extra day off to spend some time with my wife. But outside of that, it should be pretty consistent. You know, this is the busiest gaming time of the year. This year is absolutely no exception, quite frankly. This year we are so busy with games right now. I just don't know which ones to play. I play one and it's doing well, then it's not doing well. I play one that I never thought would have done well and it does do well. So I'm not sure what to do. And I think what's happening right now, okay, is a symptom of the industry. Because back in the day, and I started this on YouTube, and for like 10 years straight, I would argue, this time of the year had the biggest releases. It didn't matter, you know, what year it was. As long as those AAA companies were pumping out the good games, everyone wanted to see them. People were excited. But now, what I think we're finding is that these AAA companies are just not as dependable anymore. Those yearly annual releases and those things that you used to get excited for every year, you're pumped for, it's just not that good. And so because of that, other games have stepped up to fill in the cracks, which is great. But the question is, what games, right? Like, I have a schedule of games I'm interested in this month, but the way that this year has been going, very well, some of these games might flop. And then I end up having to do something different in place. And the good news is there's more than enough to do. But the problem is when there's more than enough to do, how do you know which ones to pick? That's some of the difficulty that I'm having right now, selecting the content for the channel. Right now, we have an interesting lineup of games, right? We're about to finish Silent Hill F tonight. That'll be one for the books. Oh, boy. We're playing the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta. We have 2 more sessions of that scheduled for this week. And you might say, oh, really? You do 2? Yeah, I didn't realize that the beta ran all week like it is doing. I think it's going through, I want to say it's through Tuesday, ends on Wednesday, or it's through Wednesday, ends on Thursday, something like that. So I didn't know that. I thought it ended today. But today, the open beta begins and runs for several days. So what I'm going to do is play once today and then another time later in the week. So we'll have 3 good sessions of this beta before the game comes out next month. We got continuing on with Silksong, which is an insanely long game. Like, Silksong for a Metroidvania It's pretty much the longest one I've ever played, and it's also arguably the best. I do think that it's an insanely good game. That's probably game of the year contender for me. And I can't wait to play more. Every time I play it, I get challenged and I rage, but then I overcome and persevere, and I'm like, oh, that's great. I can't wait to play again. That's how I am right now. I'm actually craving some Silk Song right now. Okay. So, we got that going, right? Truck Sim, if you can believe it, American Truck Sim is still in the rotation after all of this time. Don't ask me how or why, but people are showing up, hanging out, engaging and supporting with Truck Sim, so it stays. And then the other one is the one that's the question, all right? Because first of all, Battlefield 6 starts Friday, so that's a new game coming up. Call of Duty ends this week, so kind of like they take up for each other, right? I'll stop playing Call of Duty, I'll start playing Battlefield. So I have time in the schedule for like one more game. And this is where the big question mark is hitting. What should this game be that I'm going to play? Should it be Hades 2? Should it be Super Mario Galaxy 2? Should it be something else? There doesn't seem to be a definitive answer, and there's no consensus, all right? Last week, people were asking me to please start playing Hades 2 because the full release had come out, and they wanted to see me actually take on that full release and see what it was like. Compared especially to the playthrough that I did a year and a half ago, 8 hours of the early access version of the game. So I did that, and it worked for one stream. And then the second stream that I played it, no exaggeration, attendance dropped the hell off. It's like running to the edge of a cliff and then going straight down. Attendance was way down. Support was way down. It just did not do well at all on Friday night. And I don't know if that's a symptom of the game, if it's just a one-off bad night. That's what we need to talk about today, because here's the deal. I like Hades 2. I really enjoy the game. I would love to keep playing it, but I need people to show up who like the game and will hang out with me, talk about the game, have a good time with chill vibes, rather than me playing it for myself. Because I really felt like on Friday night, outside of maybe 3 people, I was playing the game for myself. Well, guess what? I'm not streaming for 3 people. I'm supposed to be streaming for a general audience of hundreds who like what I'm doing and will show up, engage, and support. So I don't know what happened on Friday night. I would love to know, what the deal is with that and if people want it or not. I had it scheduled for a major stream this week, and now I've completely second-guessed myself, and I don't think I'm going to do it unless people tell me what happened. Like if you say, oh, yeah, it was just a bad night, or, nah, the interest fell off, or I'm curious, okay? Let's see. We'll talk about that today, okay? But overall, things are good. Overall, it's been a great couple of weeks here heading into the fall season, okay? However, I will say this. You might notice once again, I'm just wearing a graphic t-shirt. And like, wait a minute. Phil hasn't been wearing regularly these graphic t-shirts in years. Why would he be wearing a graphic t-shirt again? It's not really my choice. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today, it's 60-something degrees outside, which is fine. It's 79 degrees in the office. That's also fine. But the sun's not out yet. And the weather this week, I'm not kidding. I wish this was a joke, right? But it's not. We're having pure sun all week long in the middle of the fall. The fall has begun. It began 2 weeks ago. We're supposed to be having clouds, rain, and much cooler temperatures. This is traditionally when I open my window up during the daytime and I get all this fresh air coming in. It's awesome. So again, today, as soon as that sun comes out, which is supposed to happen by noon, so I got another 15 minutes of shade, this office will heat up to 85 to 90 degrees. I'm going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 7, a game that's full of adrenaline and intensity and all of that, right? I've got to freaking sit here and sweat it out. So I've learned my lesson. Moving forward, I will not remove the air conditioner from that window until the middle of October at the earliest. And that sucks because I was really, really desperate for fresh air after like 6 months of this, stuffiness. But dude, I just basically shouldn't have done it so early. It's pissing me off. Like, I just want to be cool and enjoy it. Every day I'm playing a stressful game. Call of Duty, Silk Song, it's all super tough stuff. I'm trying to play these games in 90-plus degree heat. It's stupid. It really is dumb. Not having central air really sucks, but that's just where I live. We don't have it out here. I don't have $20,000 to put it in my house. Maybe someday if I refinance and I renovate the house, that's something that I would do. But until then, I just got to tough it out. So that's why I'm not even kidding. Probably all week, you're going to see me wearing these shirts until a Friday. Friday is supposed to be the first day we're getting clouds and rain. And if that's the case, I would be very happy to be here in either fall attire or even just like, my usual attire, the shirt with a nice like Hawaiian shirt or whatever over it. But I can't do that right now. I'd be sweating so much. Like right now, just sitting here, it's 79 degrees and it's nice. I got the 2 fans blowing, but within like half an hour to an hour, it's going to get hot in here. Like, so yeah, that's why I'm wearing this. If you're wondering, some people don't care, but some people have been asking, why is Phil wearing these shirts all of a sudden? He hasn't worn these in like 2 years. Well, that's why, okay? Anyway, so we got some stuff to talk about. I want to tell you about my day off. I had a really great day off yesterday, and I know that you guys get interested in that. I'll talk a little bit about that. Some things that positive things that came from my day off, all right, which I'm going to tell you. Some couple interesting things that will, affect the content. And then basically, I want to talk about Black Ops 7 and let you know my thoughts about what I thought about Black Ops 7 after having played it on Friday. In truth, this is the truth. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually thought Black Ops 7 was going to be like a train wreck, horrible experience. It wasn't that bad at all, okay? It wasn't great, but it also wasn't like, oh, I'm so annoyed at this game, I never want to play it because there's double jumping, wall running bullshit. It actually was not nearly as bad, and I'm shocked. I thought it would be way worse. That's actually why I've decided to play it 2 more times this week, because I really want to get further into it to understand it better, okay? But also, we got to figure out this Hades situation. I just don't know what to do about Hades 2, so we got a couple topics to talk about today. Before we get to those topics, what is up, audience? How is everyone doing out there? Let's see what's going on. What's up to Chris? How you doing? Pepsi fan, you're not funny. A taco lunchable. Mission Vow, Jeremy, Daniel, Top Down High Speed Gaming, whatever the hell that means. Lilith, Original Grant, Alpha Gun, Frosted Shard. How y'all doing? Fifth Dimension. Squirtle, how are you? Over on the kick side, who do we have? Dina. Username already taken. Pixel Queen, Penny Prince. Quirky Trombone. Quirky Trombone. Rebecca. Eddie. How is everyone? RGB King. What's up? What's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a great Saturday. All right. I don't know what you guys were up to yesterday. I was very, very busy yesterday. I had a crazy busy day, but it was a great day. I'll tell you all about it. But Lance Catamaran has started the support for a brand new 6 days of streaming. He is the first contributor with a sub. So thank you, Lance Catamaran, for the sub. Let's get you on the leaderboard. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I fixed all the volume levels for the pop-ups. So, yeah, seriously. The pop-up noises were all out of sync with, or not sync, but all out of audio. Like the one that was the Ghostbusters Slimer sliming, Phil Venkman, was way too loud. The sub notification was way too loud. But again, others were like low and people couldn't hear them. So I tried to adjust it. Hopefully you don't get deafened now by certain contributions. I hope. Hopefully it sounds a lot better for you right now. So how's everyone? Oh, by the way, what's up? Here's more people joining. Who do we got? We got Ian, Light Blue, Dab Hand, Schnitzel Sandwich, The Block, Troy. How are you all? Ortega over there on Kick. How are you? Nightman. I Stand with Phil. How are you? How's everyone doing? Okay. Cool. All right, so, Grandmaster Scrub, how you doing? So here's the deal. This week, we are currently at 4 out of 10 goals hit. Right there. That's a great head start for the week. That's really good, okay? Now, what I would like to do this week is hit 10 goals by the middle of the week. I'm here through Friday. But what I would like to do is do DSP Tries It by, say, Wednesday-ish. That would be great. If we do it earlier, hey, that's even better. But I would like to do it by Wednesday-ish. I think that would be great pacing for the week. That means we got to be hitting our goals, hopefully one a stream, and we could do it on Wednesday during the daytime. So what is DSP Tries It this week? You voted. I had options. It was Domino's Pizza for the first time in years I was going to get it, or revisit Firehouse Subs for the first time in about exactly a year, or order from a local Mexican restaurant. And you guys said Mexican food. I'm down for that. Now, what I'm going to do, I actually talked to my wife about it. We want to get something new. We're going to order from a place for the first time ever that we've never tried. That way it truly is a new DSP Tries It. Because the thing is, there is a restaurant that we go to all the time for Mexican food that we really like. Wouldn't it be really fair to do a DSP Tries It when we already know the food there is good and we've had it before? Probably not. kind of a disingenuous DSP tries it. That would be more like a feasting with Phil or feasting with the king, which that's not what you want. You want me to taste test something for the first time. So we're going to try to order from a brand new place, and it should be good. We'll see what happens, okay? But that's coming this week. So please, let's get some support for the streams. And overall, I'll say this. Last week, it was funny because the very beginning of last week, I say, hey guys, let's do a subscriptions goal on Kick. Let's try to get 250 subs this week. And then within 1 day of me making that goal, Kick releases the Kick system on Kick, where you can give contributions via Kicks, just like bits over on Twitch. And literally everyone just wants to do Kicks. Almost no one did any subs last week. Okay? So because of that, it's like, wow, well, the goal was completely like shattered. There was no way we were going to do it. But it was fine because people were supporting with Kicks all week long, and it turned out to be a good support week. It was like, wow, what a crappy week for me to set up a sub goal for the first time like that and try to do it seriously, and then it gets completely destroyed. Now, the silly part about this is, all right, they set up this goal, so, oh, you have a goal for subs now. Then they launch Kicks, but there's no goal for Kicks. Because I was thinking, oh, what maybe we could set up 2 reasonable goals. Maybe in 1 week I try to get 50 or 75 subs, but then we also have a Kicks goal. That Kicks goal doesn't exist yet. So it is what it is. There's pop-ups for every kind of contribution now, no matter how you contribute. If you're on YouTube, super chats, memberships, gifted memberships. If you're on Kick, Kicks or subs. Or if you just want to contribute via PayPal because you don't want anything to do with either service, you can do a tip via my PayPal. All that stuff, you will get nice pop-ups and good stuff, okay? So, I hope that you guys will join me for 6 straight days of fun streaming. Please support the streams. We got our first sub of the week from Lance. Can we get our first YouTube side contribution of the week right now? Maybe a super chat or a membership. Can we get our first tip of the week? Can we get our first kicks of the week? We've had no one drop any kicks yet. How about we get some 100 kicks right now? Let's go. Let's get some fun momentum here for the Level 1 podcast as we begin a new streaming week, shall we? Good stuff. Daniel says, I love your shirt. You like it? The classically trained Nintendo shirt. Well, guess what? Modern DSP is no schlub. Modern DSP is no bum. Modern DSP is color coordinated. Are you ready for this? I'm also wearing my Nintendo socks. And Lance Catamaran knows how exciting that is, and he sends 100 kicks. Thank you. Look at my Nintendo socks. Color coordinated, baby. You can't do that. I don't see you wearing Nintendo socks when you're wearing a Nintendo shirt, right? Get to it. What's wrong with you? It's hilarious. People say, how is he that flexible? I've been that flexible my whole life. I've always been able to bend my legs like this. Look, I can bend my leg almost all the way around. See? I can keep going. My legs are very flexible, actually. Look. I can do that. I don't know. My leg. I think it's because I'm tall. Because I'm so tall, I have good range of motion in my legs, in my arms. You know, I have super long arms, which is why it's funny. I've been working out, right? And people are like, yeah, but your forearms still look really skinny. Well, they always have been. Even back in the day when I worked out, it's because my forearms are very long compared to most people. So they're always probably going to look like skinny forearms unless I like do specialized exercises for them, which I'm not going to do. Okay? Okay. Anyway, let's do some shout outs. So Lance Catamaran did 100 kicks. Thank you, Lance. Thank you for that. And then we have Troll McTrollington. He's returned. Welcome, Troll. How you doing, Troll? A 350 Canadian super chat. He says, I don't support Kick. It's all good. Support on YouTube. Support via tips. Whatever you want to do is all good. That's why I have a good variety of ways you can support the streams. I understand that everyone has a preference or an opinion, and that's fine. You know, I've been around long enough that I've built up all these different ways that you can contribute. All right, here we go. So it was $3.50. That is $2.51. Thank you to Troll McTrollington for a $2.51 super chat. That's our first super chat of the week. All righty, guys. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about my day off yesterday, first of all. Let's talk about my day off. Then I want to talk about Black Ops 7. Then I want to figure out this Hades situation, okay? Troll McTrollington has now gifted a membership. Thank you to Troll. That's our first membership of the week. Awesome. And Light Blue Yoshi fan got it. There you go. Congrats. Thank you, Troll, for the support this morning. So now we actually got one of everything, just no tips. Let's get a tip. And let's make it bigger than $1. For goodness sake, how about a nice, juicy tip to start off the streaming week? Let's go. Let's get a nice one, all right? All right. My day off went really well yesterday. My wife and I spent the whole day together. We were basically out and about the entire day. Like, we went out around noonish to go out and do grocery shopping. And so we went out and, did some good shopping. We actually got some nice fall-themed stuff for the house, which is always nice. You see stuff around, like we got those pine cones that have like the cinnamon scent to them. And my wife actually had redecorated our downstairs for the autumn. So now we have pumpkins and turkeys and all kinds of that, pine cones, all kinds of stuff downstairs that looks very autumn-esque. Really like that. We got rid of the summer stuff. Get this the hell out of here. Let's decorate for the fall. So we got some nice scented pine cones. We put those in like a big basket for downstairs. And then let's see, what else did we do? We went out and we did a bunch. We actually got a few things for the house. We actually got a new, there's the fake plants that you put in your house for a nice home decor. We got a new one of those that we put into the bedroom, which is awesome. We also got a little lamp that has like deer and mountains and stuff on it. We put that into the living room as part of the autumn setup. So we had a nice day out doing some shopping. Oh, we got a new rug too, like a throwing or a runner rug for the hallway. We did stuff like that. But while we were out, okay, a couple things happened. We had a couple ideas, okay? So first off, we were in Kohl's. For those who don't know, Kohl's is an American chain that sells a lot of clothes, but they have home decor, that kind of stuff. That's actually where we got like I said, the runner rug and stuff like that. And we were going to use the bathroom, all right? And we're walking towards the bathroom, and right in front of the bathroom is the kids' toy section. And as we're walking, my wife says, "What is that? Have you seen that before?" I said, "What?" And she reaches over and grabs a box and shows it to me. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I heard about this. I think this just released. This is interesting," right? Now, you might say, what the hell caught our eye in the kids' toy section out of nowhere that we would have been talking about on stream? Well, I'll tell you in a sec. But first, Troy with a $20 super chat. Started the week off right. He says, "Let's have a good stream with lots of support." Thank you so much, Troy. Yes, please. And thank you. Good momentum to start the week is always appreciated. Let's get Troy on the leaderboard. Sorry, McTrollington. Troy has unseated you as the top super chatter of the day so far, but the day is young. Thank you for that. Okay, so she hands me the box, okay, and I start looking at it, and I'm like, this is kind of neat. This is cool. And I look it up online, and it seems to be pretty popular. This thing, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Well, maybe this would be something cool, because immediately it clicks in my head. This might be a good thing that I could implement for like the streams or for stuff like that. And so I ended up getting it. So what is it? Well, obviously it was a Wolverine action figure. We all know that it's some dumb meme, right? Some dumb detractor meme for mouth jewelers. No, of course not. That's not what it was. I already have a Wolverine action figure anyway. Someone donated it. Remember? I have it in the closet. No. It was actually something a little different, kind of neat actually. The brand spanking new Game Boy Lego set. This thing is brand new. Like, I think this just hit store shelves within the last couple of weeks, because I've seen people posting up all about it all over the internet. And this looks really cool. Like, take a look. It looks just like a real Model 1 Game Boy from the 1990s. It even has, like, little cartridges that actually you put inside of it. Now, it doesn't turn on or light up. What's weird is it makes it look like it does. It totally doesn't. That's just the graphic artist made it look like that. Okay? But it's pretty darn cool, and it's totally made to be in a setup like my design. Look, it comes with a stand, and you just put it there, and it's a cool thing. It's actually life size. It's supposed to be the size of the original Game Boy. The original Game Boy was about that tall and wide. Actually was pretty big for a handheld. When they came out with the Game Boy Pocket, That's the one that shrunk it down, and that's actually the one that I had, the Game Boy Pocket. But this one was a big clunkier model, and that's what they did with the Game Boy. It's actually supposed to be representative of the size of the original Game Boy. So that's pretty neat. Now, I don't know if you guys want me to do this on a stream. Like, we could do like a night stream. It says it's 421 pieces, 18 plus, okay? We could realistically do this with maybe one late stream. I don't know. I'm trying to remember with the other Lego sets that I did, how many pieces they were. Like, I think I remember the Piranha Plant was like 700 pieces, and didn't that take like 2 streams? I can't really remember, but I'm feeling like we could probably do this in one stream if we were to do it. So maybe it could be something fun to do by the end of the month, just a fun one-off night stream to see how it goes. And it would be really neat to have it in my setup for November. I was thinking this could be part of the background for November. November is Thanksgiving month here in the United States. And basically, I'm going to have things like turkeys and stuff in the background. But it would be nice to have something unique there, right? There you go. So, something that we just picked up while we were out for the streams could be pretty neat. All right. So I'll have that sometime in the schedule, probably by the end of this month. Maybe we'll do a stream of it. It could be pretty neat. Now, if you remember when I did my Lego streams earlier this year, they're very interactive. All I do is I sit here with the camera on this table and I build a Lego set, but I'm talking with you guys constantly. We go back and forth and have a fun, chill time. So it could be pretty neat. All right. I hope that you guys will join me for whenever I decide to do it. We'll see by the end of the month when we can fit it in. Okay. All right, so that's one thing. But the other thing, we looked around, we saw what Halloween costumes were available. Now, I need to clarify something. This week, we did a test on stream. I tried on various different hats to see what hats would work or not work with my AI background removal tool. You might say, well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Using AI to remove the background so it just looks like me here on camera. Remember, this is what I use for actual gameplay. All right, this is, the tool that I use. So, with that being said, okay, we tested different hats, and sadly, the hats just don't work. We tried a cowboy hat. We tried the Sonic hat. It basically deletes everything but the top of my head. So we actually put on the cowboy hat, and the brims were cut off. I put on the Sonic hat. It cut all the spines off the top of my head, so it looked like I was wearing like a blue swimmer's cap. Like, oh, man. So that means I am definitely limited with whatever costumes I can wear this year because I'm using this background removal tool for gameplay. And you might say, well, that's no big deal. But no, it is. You have to understand that I'll do an intro segment, but most of the stream is gameplay. Like, you guys are nominating games right now for me to play. So obviously, I have to do something that's going to work with the background removal tool. Now, for the record, I tested wigs, and the wigs work. Like, if I put on like that silly Ken Masters wig that I had or whatever, that wig works. So wigs, hair works, hats don't. So that severely limited my costume selection. See you later, Troll. Troll's taken up, but he'll be back later. See you later, Troll. Okay, so finally had a good idea for a costume. And even though what I saw at the store I thought was okay, I didn't love it. I thought it was all right for the price that they were charging at the store for the costume. I was like, I don't think I want to do that. So I ended up going online and looking, and I actually found a pretty good one that I thought would look good for the stream. I was like, oh, that'll stand out. That'll look pretty sharp. And I ordered it. And actually, it's supposed to be coming today. Let me take a look here. It's coming within the next 2 hours, supposedly. Okay, that's awesome. However, the reason that I really ordered it so early, it's first week of October. Why am I ordering my costume this early? I want to be sure it's what they say it is. Because whenever you order something online, sometimes they say one thing, you get it, it's not nearly as good. Or you order one size, they send the wrong size, or that size claims that, like, I ordered a large, right? I need a large. What if it's way too big or way too small, right? So we'll see when it shows up. I hope it's good. But I think it's going to be, let me put it this way. All I'm going to say is, because everyone asked me for spoilers. What's the costume you're wearing for Halloween this year? I'm just going to give you one spoiler. That's it. One little hint. And after that, you will get absolutely positively no hints between now and Halloween. Zero. All right? The one hint I will give you is this. It's a timely costume. Done. That's all you get. It's timely to stuff going on. And that's all I'm going to say. So you figure that out as much as you want. Go for it. But there you have it. So now there'll be rampant speculation all over the internet about what I'm going to be doing. And everyone will probably be wrong. No, in truth, usually someone usually guesses it right. Sometimes it's just complete chance. But usually someone guesses it right. Someone will probably get it. But I think as long as the costume quality is good, I think you're going to like Halloween this year. I think it's going to be a good one. Okay? Cool. All right. See, already some people are saying funny stuff. Like, no, my wife and I brainstormed like a bunch of costumes. And the problem is what's available. Because we had some good ideas for costumes, and we looked at like, there's not a lot of good stuff available. And sorry, I'm not like a cosplay master who can manufacture my own costume. We just got to buy something. You know what I mean? I don't have time to be sitting here making my own outfit. So it is what it is, right? Okay. So anyway, we were out. We did all of that stuff, right? We actually we bought the Game Boy Lego. We got the idea for the costume. I ordered the costume online. We had a good dinner. Now, incidentally, you might say, well, what did you have for dinner, right? So we're out and we're like, well, what have we had recently in recent weeks? Well, let me see. We had Indian food. We just ordered that for DSP Tries It. Excuse me. We had recently went to this more Caribbean style restaurant, so that's out. We had done this, we had done that. We're like, shit, what's the only thing we haven't done recently? Uh-oh, guess what? Mexican food. Yeah. So what we ended up doing, we went to the Mexican restaurant that we really like because we knew we wouldn't be ordering that for DSP Tries It. Okay, so we purposely went to the one we know we will not be doing for the video. So that way it'll be a genuine DSP Tries It video. Okay, so it was pretty good. I ended up getting this giant burrito full of chicken and pinto beans and stuff. And my wife got the tacos crap. What's the tacos that has the slow cooked meat that's marinated and they cut it off the thing and they put it in there? That whatever that kind of taco, I forget what it's called, but that's the kind of tacos she got. And she loved the tacos. So we had a really good dinner. And no, not shawarma. Yeah, that Mexican shawarma. Carnitas. Carnitas. That's what it's called. Tacos carnitas. That's what she had. It was the slow cooked pork, I think it is, right? Yeah. Okay. So it was great. And then we came home and we actually relaxed. We had a good time. We just sat back and relaxed and watched a few videos together. Just a nice, relaxing evening. And overall, at the end of the day, we decorated too because we put out the new plant. We put down the new rug. We put up the new lamp that we had bought and everything. And she sat down like, wow, that was a really good day. Like, it wasn't perfect. There was a few things here or there that didn't go right. For the most part, it was a really, really good day together. Like, man, I just wish that we can have a lot more days like that. Because a lot of the times that I have a day off, it ends up being a stressful day of having to do a million things of busy work. And then it's just like, I'm tired and I didn't have a good day. Oh, and then to cap it off, at the end of the day, I worked out and I actually had my hardest workout yet. No exaggeration. I upped the weight on my free weights. All right. I went to a new level and I actually did more sets than I've ever done before. All right. And I did biceps, triceps, chest, and sit-ups. And it took me about 45 plus minutes because it was 4 sets. I extended the amount that I was working out. And I got a crazy good pump, but I was dead tired and sweaty after I finished. Like, oh my God. So it was pretty good. It was a pretty good day overall. Tons of time with my wife, which is what I want. Relaxation, fun stuff, getting stuff for the streams, that I didn't plan on finding. Pretty good stuff. It doesn't look like I've showered since. I showered this morning. I've shaved too. See why I'm clean shaven? Maybe it doesn't look it. Actually, it looks like I already have a 5 o'clock shadow, and I shaved like 3 hours ago, and it looks like I have a 5 o'clock shadow already. I think I always look like I have a 5 o'clock shadow, no matter what. Okay. Cool. It's there you go. It's al pastor. It's not carnitas, it's al pastor. Thank you. That's exactly what it was. My wife had tacos al pastor. There you go. What did you do, Jade? Jade, you said I got 100 in Rivals. 100 what? Apparently, Jade had a new milestone in Rivals, and he's curious what's going to happen with Hades. All right, that's what we'll talk about. Let's talk about games now. All right, let's talk about games. First thing we should talk about is my initial thoughts on Black Ops 7. After having played it the 2.5 hours on Friday, we're going to have another 2.5 hours of gameplay on this stream, and we're going to do another stream of it later on in the week. I've already laid it out. I think we're going to do it on Tuesday night because I think it ends Wednesday. So we're going to do Tuesday night's late night stream will be another 2 hours of the Black Ops 7 beta. The way it worked was I played the closed beta because I have Game Pass Ultimate. Now the open beta started today, and that continues today through Tuesday night. It ends Wednesday morning. So that's why we're going to do 2 more streams of it. Okay? Good stuff. All right. So Black Ops 7. Let's talk about Black Ops 7, shall we? So first off, I'm going to say this. I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong about something, and I know that I'm wrong. I was wrong about Black Ops 7. It does not have double jumping. It does not have wall running. And those are 2 things that I thought it had. If you remember, the worst Call of Duty game ever, which I can't remember if it was Infinite Warfare. It had both of those things. It was ludicrous. The game was literally double jump, bounce off the wall, and do like flipping executions in midair. And I could pull it off. Was it Advanced Warfare? Was that the one? Someone says Advanced Warfare. Whichever one that was, it was the worst one ever. It was so bad. The game had completely jumped the shark because it wasn't a first-person shooter anymore. It played more similarly to like Unreal Tournament from back in the day than Call of Duty. And it was so ridiculous. I remember that one had like 17 gadgets and gizmos. Every moment you turn a corner, oh, look at drones coming up, explosion, mini bombs, fucking aerial fucking lasers coming down. Like, what is this? I thought we're playing Call of Duty. Like, why did they do that to the game? And actually, that game jumped the shark so bad. After that, they started developing classic Call of Duty again. They went back to World War II. For the first time in like a decade, they went backward instead of forward because they actually had beaten the crap out of the game with the way that they had designed it, all right? So, I'm happy to announce it doesn't have that crap, okay? I was mistaken completely. However, it does have wall jumping. So really, it's not a fact that everyone is doing crazy acrobatics, but there are areas of these maps that until you learn the map, people are always going to get the jump on you. Like there's one map where you can wall jump up into this flying canister thing and both ends are open. So someone could just stand in there, walk back and forth, look down, shoot, go to the other end. Oh, look, there's someone, shoot, then go to the other end, shoot. Or they could camp as a sniper in there and you basically can't even see them. Like it's pretty cheap. The wall running also allows you to jump up like a tile instead of climbing the ladder, or you can wall jump up to the top of the tower instead. So you have to learn that before you try to play competitively. I don't. Like, I was getting owned by these strategies. I don't know anything about the maps yet. You know, there's people who are like tryhards playing it nonstop since it released on Thursday, and I was just playing it for the first time. Like, all right, you know, I'm trying to figure this out. So here's the thing. The one real complaint that I have about Black Ops 7, sadly, is the same complaint that I've had about Call of Duty for about 7 or 8 years. The game claims you have a good connection. Like, I made it so that the ping would be on screen. Every game claimed it was 30 or 31 millisecond connection. Well, that's great. That's a great connection for competitive play, okay? Then why was it that my experience in said games was completely different? All right? Literally in one situation, I'd have a game where all of my bullets are hitting well. I'm downing enemies left and right. I'm getting kill streaks easily. Wow, this is great. The game's really responsive and feels great. Says it's a 31 millisecond ping. The next game says, oh, you're at 30 milliseconds. Oh, this should be better. Guy comes at me, blah, filled him with bullets. He turns around, blah, filled him with bullets again. He looks at me. He starts to raise his weapon. Blah, I filled him with bullets a third time. He's still alive and has this much health, and he just goes, but take one bullet, and I die instantly. Does that sound very realistic or competitive to you? Like, now, wait a minute. The match before, I was able to kill people. This match, I literally fill people with bullets, filling their body. No one dies, but I die instantly. Does that sound like a 30 millisecond connection to you? It's probably because it's not. They're lying again about the connections. This has happened in the last several Call of Duties. It says it's a good connection on screen. It's not. They are hiding the true ping because they don't want you to know that the connection sucks shit. So how can you have two matches with the same ping and two completely different experiences? Now, admittedly, some of the guns also, the starter guns that are in the game, suck. Like this, I had an SMG. I was like, I'll try the SMG. I couldn't kill anyone. And people were like, it's not you. It's actually a really bad starter gun. Everyone is saying it sucks. You got to get the other SMGs unlocked because that one's ass. I'm like, well, okay. I guess that makes sense. But then why even have it in the game? How about give me a gun that kills people, right? I don't need the Nerf bullets gun. I would like the actual lethal gun, please. So it's a little annoying in that regard, okay? But overall, I think the graphics, now keep in mind I'm playing it at 1080p because I want the best response time, the best ping, so I'm playing it at a lower resolution, okay? I think the game is beautiful. I think it's running very nicely on my PC, okay? And I'm having a great time with it at 1080p, 120 hertz, and excuse me. Sorry about that. And I'm having a good time with it so far. In fact, at the very end, basically it took me a while to get my legs. I was trying to figure out the different weapons. By the end, that it was the next to last match that I had an insane kill streak. I think my ratio was like 3.75 or 4 kill death ratio. It was insane. And I summoned not one, but two of the dogs, DAWG, which is a robot drone that goes out and kills the enemies. I summoned two of them in one match. So, like, damn, I was whooping ass, right? So I was having a good time, but it takes a while. It takes a while to, like, jump in and get used to it and know what you're doing and find your weapon and stuff like that. Today, what we'll do is we'll continue on and try to unlock new weapons, maybe see what new weapons are available, do new loadouts for them, and go from there rather than just do the same thing over and over. So it was fun, and I'm looking forward to more today. But admittedly, again, just as I've explained to you, the sun came out. It is now 81 degrees in my office. And it's continuing to get hotter. I would guarantee you it's going to be another 90-degree afternoon for me trying to play Black Ops 7 here. So I'll do my best as I sweat it out, and I apologize, guys, if I get cranky or upset. Okay, I really do. Excuse me. Oh, yes, I can type in the chat. There you go. I'll do my best, okay? Oh, you got all of the achievements in Marvel Rivals? That's awesome, Jay. Congrats. I mean, you've been playing the game all year. I'm sure some of those achievements were ridiculous to get. Right, real tedious. But I'm glad to hear you got them all. Congrats on that achievement. Okay. Let's do a couple of shout-outs. Okay, we have a couple by the way, please, can we get our first real tip of the day? We have no tips yet. Can we get our first serious real tip of the day? I'd appreciate it. Okay, so we have Cyber Elk, who did a €2 super chat and says, what's the status of Ghost of Yote? I don't know why you would ask that. The status is what it was before. Nothing's changed. So, Ghost of Yote, why am I not playing the game right now? Okay, here's all the reasons, because there's like a laundry list. Reason number one, the game is an open world, 40-hour minimum requirement to play. Okay? Right now, in the midst of the biggest gaming season of the year, most people want good variety. They want to mix it up and do different things. Right now is not the right time to be playing a 40-plus hour open world exploration game. That's going to be boring and tedious. People are going to say either, wow, this is boring to watch, or you're taking too long to get through the game. The reason that Ghost of Tsushima works so well, it came out in the summer of 2020. There were no other high-profile games that summer. It was in the middle of COVID. It was a very unique time for it to work. If Ghost of Yote was going to hang during this busy gaming season, it should basically come out at a time when you can focus on it. Right now, it's impossible to focus on a game like that because there's too much else going on. If this had come out in the summer, or maybe even the spring, I think it would have done a lot better, at least, especially for a streamer like me, but it just doesn't fit into my schedule right now with the style of game that it is. Undoubtedly, if I start playing Ghost of Yote now, everyone will complain it's either, why are you playing this? This is too boring, do something more action-oriented, Or, man, you're just not playing it enough to make progress. You're never going to beat this game. That's number one. Okay? Number two, all of the political nonsense around the game. Okay? The main character is voice acted by a woman who has outright said she's part of Antifa. Oh, good. That's a good thing. One of the game devs outright was celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk and got fired for it. So now there's this whole political hotbed of stuff around the game that if you play it, you must support leftist stuff and you must be a liberal and you must like woke content. Now, in truth, I don't like that content in my games. Okay, I don't want woke, I don't want leftist or rightist content. I don't want conservative or liberal content in a video game. I just want to play a video game. All right? But sadly, because of this game being as it is, that those politics have been interjected into the game no matter what. Even if it's not present in the game, the moment if I booted that game, you'd have people coming on the stream saying, why are you playing this woke game? Why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. I know. Want to know how I know? Because earlier this year, the same thing happened with South of Midnight, where I didn't know anything about that. I just wanted to play the game at face value, and I had a good time with that first stream. Everyone that first stream yelled at me and said, don't ever play this game again. We didn't hit any support goals at all. It was pathetic. It was like everyone was anti this game because of the politics around it. Well, guess what? I don't want to have politics be a part of my content. I want to play games that are enjoyable for face value. It's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to do that when politics have already been put as part of the game by an outside influence. You know what I'm saying? You're going out, Jade? I'll see you later. And then lastly, Cyber Elk, I'm finishing the answer, Cyber Elk. This is reason number 3, and this is also a really good reason. The head writer of Ghost of Yotei was a writer on Dragon Age Veilguard. He was a writer on Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm not kidding. This guy wrote shitty game after shitty game after shitty game for BioWare. Then he quit and he joined Sucker Punch and they made him the lead writer for this game. So, sorry if I have zero confidence in this guy, but I don't want to buy this game and then have the story suck ass, which is going to be a major component of wanting to play it. I loved the story of Ghost of Tsushima. I thought that story was absolutely outstanding, the way it was told, the way it was laid out, the side characters and everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have this game ruined, much like Dragon Age Veilguard. I really liked Dragon Age Inquisition. It was my game of the year. I like Dragon Age 1 and 2. I think Dragon Age Veilguard was boring as fuck. It was terrible. It was a horribly written game, so boring. So I don't want the same thing to happen to another franchise that I like, so that's why I'm not playing it right now. Maybe in the future I would. For now, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Let's see here. Theo did a £5 super chat. Now, I'm curious. Has the pound gone up and down recently? I think it has. So let's see what this is the equivalent of. $6.74. So actually, the value of the pound went up. Interesting. Okay. So, Theo, thank you for $6.74. Yes, really. Cyberrock says, really? I didn't know that guy was the head writer. Yes, he's the head writer. The guy who tanked like several games for BioWare in a row is the head writer of Ghost of Yotei. Okay, so Theo with a super chat says the following. Call of Duty is dominated by cheaters and career gamers. We've seen the revival of single-player games in 2025. I'm all for it. Well, listen, I agree with you. I think a ton of great single-player games have been the big ones this year, but I like having a variety. I don't just want to be the one style of gamer. I want to have some multiplayer games in the rotation. Right now, it's getting rough because like we tried Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and within 2 streams, people already seem to have lost interest. So maybe that one's not going to have much longevity at all. Call of Duty traditionally works in my schedule and people seem to like it. We'll see today, guys, if you want Call of Duty and or just first-person shooters in general, like Battlefield and all that, if you want those to be a part of my schedule, please support the Call of Duty stream today. Let's hit that goal. Then I know that you guys want it and you want more of it, and I'll give you more. You know, even if I don't love the game, I'll learn it and play it if you guys like it, if that's what you want. I understand that you like the variety and you want some multiplayer competitive stuff in my schedule. I'm okay with that, okay? And I'll also say this, that I really am enjoying Black Ops 7 on keyboard and mouse. Like, just FPSs in general on keyboard and mouse feel very refreshing when you can actually get shots. So, there you go. So Theo, thank you for that. Or Theo, thank you for that. Okay. Oh, brother. I got another tip. So, someone tipped a buck and says, please can I get a tip more than a buck? He says, I've seen your Call of Duty 7 gameplay. It's not Call of Duty 7, it's Black Ops 7. I slowed your stream down. You missed a lot of the shots you thought you were hitting. Then why did their health bar go down? There was a health bar in this one, right? As you shoot the enemy, they actually have a health bar, and it goes down. It shows their health bar going down. So it's like one volley hits him. Oh, big chunk. Hits him. Another chunk. Hits him. Still not dead. And he goes, bloop, instantly kills me. Your complaint's invalid. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay. Thanks for a buck. There you go. The mistaken schlub. Thank you for the $1 tip. Very good. All right. So we're currently at 40 bucks of support so far. All right. Please, let's keep that momentum going. Let's get some support. Can we get another sub on Kick? Can we get our second kicks on? I keep saying, can someone send some more kicks on Kick? There you go. Can we get another super chat? Can we get a tip more than $1? Can we get a membership? Anything. Let's go. Let's get that momentum continuing here on the stream for the podcast, okay? Now, this is the big one, all right? You ready? This is the big one. This is what we got to figure out right now, all right? So, hold on. My stream is pissing me off. Give me a sec. I hate this touchpad. Oh, you know what? Screw the touchpad. I'm going to use the keyboard and mouse over here. The touchpad is a piece of garbage. It stopped working, and it's really giving me a hard time. There we go. So I think I might just end up stopping to use the touchpad if I can avoid it and just do everything on the keyboard mouse here because it really is frustrating. The damn thing won't work. My laptop is about 3-4 years old, and it still works fine, but the touchpad itself is almost like not working at all. Like I try to right click and the thing left clicks nonstop. Like, dude, I'm fucking as far right on the pad as possible. Why are you giving me a left click? I just can't do anything with it anymore. Salute to Cyber Elk. Cyber Elk just gifted a membership. Thank you for the membership, Cyber Elk. I appreciate that. That gets us up to 43 of support. Let's get to 50 right now. Let's jump up to 50. So we're a third of the way to the goal, okay? All right, folks. The big talk right now. We have to figure out what the heck is going on with Hades 2. All right? So here's the situation with Hades 2. Allow me to explain fully what's going on with Hades 2. All right? Hades 2 came out in early access in May of 2024. Now, I had played Hades 1 and I really liked the game, okay? So I said, hey, I would do this in early access if you guys want. And people said at that point they wanted it. So I pre-purchased the game, all right? I started playing the game. I played the game for 8 hours. And I would say probably around the final stream of Hades 2, I distinctly noticed that people weren't coming by anymore to support or talk about the game. All right. And I was wondering why. Like, I was asking the audience, like, why are you not coming by anymore? You said that you wanted this. And the distinct answer that I was receiving was simple. Phil, we like that you played it early. However, what's happened is people have discovered the game's unfinished. It doesn't have all the content. Some of the builds are broken. What we think will happen is if you continue to play Hades 2 now, you're going to experience a game that's not finished and not the intended experience of these game devs. We would prefer if you stop playing Hades 2, but you come back to it in the future when it has its full-on release, because then the game will be done. And when the game is done, then you'll know that you're playing the proper build, you'll know that you're doing everything that's intended, and it should be a better run. And I said, all right, that's really what you guys want. I was actually disappointed, because I was really enjoying my gameplay and run of the playthrough of it, and I wanted to keep going. But people were like, no, we insist, please stop. Fine, I'll do what people want, so I did. Now, we waited and waited and waited, and Hades 2 never got its full release date. Here we are, we're now in the busiest gaming season of the year. I'm juggling 4 or 5 games at a time right now, right? Out of nowhere, around middle of September, Hades 2 says, oh, it's time for a full release. Well, what the hell? You couldn't give us more of a heads up of like a week? They gave it like a week's time to figure this out. Well, that sucks because I would like to play Hades 2, honestly. I love the game, but how am I going to fit this into the schedule with everything else that I'm doing? So I announced at the time I'm not playing it. You know, I would like to play it in the future, but I feel like Hades 2 kind of shot themselves in the foot. Here's why. If they were going to do it like this, right, they needed to give everyone way more advance notice. And to be honest, they shouldn't have released it amidst the busiest gaming season of the year because it already had early access. Anyone who was super excited for this game already bought it and has already played it in early access, right? Everyone else who are the mainstream gamers who maybe want it but didn't want to get it early, do you think they're going to buy it in the midst of another 20, 30 releases in the next 2-3 months? It's already been out for a year and a half. Everyone knows what the game is. So it's not like, oh, it's hype thing right now. So I think they actually did themselves a disservice by doing early access. I understand why they did early access for Hades 1. That's because that was a new game, a new franchise. They wanted people to understand what it was, but also they wanted feedback so they could improve the game and make it a good final product, right? With Hades 2, you've been there, done that. You have the name recognition. People know it's good. I don't think they should have done early access at all. I think they just should have finished the game and then dropped it, and then people would have been hyped. But how do you get excited for a game that's been out for a year and a half already? Right? So for me, I was like, I'm not really that interested. I want to get around to it, but I know that we're going to be more excited for other games, right? Well, what ends up happening, of course, I finished certain games. We have a little bit of extra time in the schedule. We figure out what we want to do next. And people said, Hades 2, you got to do Hades 2. I can't believe you're not playing Hades 2. And I was like, are you sure? And people were like, yes, we are adamant. Play Hades 2. They were coming by streams every day saying, Hades 2, play Hades 2. On other streams, they would come by and say in the chat, I can't believe you're not playing Hades 2. Aren't you aware that Hades 2 has 50,000 concurrent players on Steam? It's got insane hype right now. Why aren't you playing? Right now, Amplatory says there's 83,000 people playing Hades 2 on Steam. Right? Okay, great. That's amazing. So I said, all right, instead of doing Super Mario Galaxy 2, instead of doing a different game, let's try Hades 2. All right? So Wednesday night was the first night. I play Hades 2, and we get decent attendance. We get outstanding support. Like, no lie, I was very pleased with how the stream went. People were engaged. They were talking with me about the builds and helping me to understand them, right? Things that, maybe I didn't know or things that had changed from the original game. And we were having a good chill conversation and fun, and people supported it a lot. We actually had went over a goal. Like, hey, no complaints here. That sounds good to me. Excellent, right? So I said, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do it Friday night. Let's have a second Hades 2 stream. Let's get further in because I had actually gotten all the way to the end of the second level on that very first stream. Now, that's crazy. I did not do that well in my first run. So I was like, dude, this is awesome. I'm progressing way better this time. Let's go, right? Friday night, I'm not kidding you. It felt like a completely different stream into situation. First of all, attendance was way down. I had maybe 50 plus less people on YouTube, and I probably had around 30 less people, if not more, on Kick. So overall, it actually was one of my least watched streams in ages. In addition, support was insanely slow. We ended the night around halfway to the goal. Engagement was abysmal. I'm not kidding you. Listen to this. Kick chat remained silent for 4 minutes. And as you know, if you're someone who watches on Kick chat literally never stops. YouTube chat does. YouTube chat has times when it kind of gets slow and people don't talk that much. But Kick chat always has people talking nonstop. You understand? Like nonstop chatter. Even if it's not about me. Even if it's unrelated. People on Kick are always blabbing. You know, that emote, the cat, blah, 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 blah. That's Kick nonstop. Always someone talking in there. It was frozen for 4 minutes. That's absolutely insane. That never happens. Okay? On YouTube, no one was talking. And in addition, no one was talking about the game. Like here I am, I'm playing the game, and I would look back at chat, either unrelated chatter or silence. So I go back over here, like, hey guys, what do you think? What about with this build? What should I do with this? What should I do with that? I look back, no one's paying attention at all. It's dead. So I'm going to be honest, I was very disappointed, all right, because the first stream was the polar opposite. Everyone seemed excited. Everyone was talking, hanging out, having a good time. The second stream was like dead. What's the difference? It's the same game. In fact, I'm doing better. I'm getting better builds. I'm starting to understand. I got new items and stuff to unlock crafting materials, and we're advancing the plot and the story. Why is no one here? So it was very disheartening, you know? And the thing is, I was thinking people liked Hades so much that first stream, hey, we can actually make it a major playthrough. We can actually get a good chunk into it and play it and see if people want to keep going. But immediately the second stream is a fail. And I'm curious why. Okay? I want to know why. I want to know, what is it with Hades 2? Is it, because I see different scenarios. Scenario number one is that it was just a one-off night. It was really just a one-time deal. Bad luck. Either people couldn't support or people couldn't show up, whatever it is, because sometimes this happens, where we have a one-off night, and then all of a sudden we bounce back. That has happened with games like American Truck Simulator. We have one bad stream, and then all of a sudden, boom, next stream, people are there, they're engaged, they're coming back, support, everything's good. I'd say that's option number one. All right? Option number two is that people actually just aren't interested. There was maybe a very, very small group of people who were interested in Hades 2, but it wasn't actually enough to really, warrant doing these streams. And after that initial wave of excitement, it fizzled out and no one cares about Hades 2 anymore. Or it could be option number three. Hades 2 is a good game. Hades 2 works, just not right now, right? It's a time when, sadly, we're in a situation where there's so many other games out. Just like I had said, Hades 2 has shot themselves in the foot. If you want to get attention on a variety streamer stream, you have to stand out. Well, I already played the game a year and a half ago. I already played the first one. It plays incredibly similar to the first one. It's not like it's a big innovative game. It's not really a hot new game because it had early access a year and a half ago. People right now are interested in the hot new games, right? So you want, if it's not considered a hot new game, then why people want? And here's the thing, you might say, well, I don't get it. Why are there 83,000 people playing it on Steam? Well, number one, those are 83,000 people playing it. Not watching it, playing it. That's a difference between I'm playing a game or I'm watching someone play a game. You get it? That's a huge difference. That's number one. Number two, which you guys have to understand, which I think a lot of people to this day don't, the PC gaming audience is an audience that is large, but is also very specified and is not overwhelmingly mainstream when it comes to certain games. Some games are, like I would argue Baldur's Gate 3. That game did hit mainstream, huge, right? Started off as PC only and then boom. But some games, not so much. With Hades 2, right now, Hades 2 is only on PC. You can't play it on console. People ask me as much when I was playing it. They're like, oh, can I get this right now? And I'm like, I don't know. And then people are like, no, it's PC only. Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought that it was cross-platform right now. It's not. You actually have to buy it on PC or wait until they port it to console. Right there, that might be a detriment to some people. Oh, well, if it's not on console, I don't even want to watch this because I can't play it myself. Screw this, right? Basically, PC gaming is a very core audience, and they do buy games, they do play games, they hype games, but it is just that. Am I known as a PC gaming creator? No, I don't. I mean, I only got a gaming PC a year ago. So most people just know me as, a meme on the internet. Those who watch me don't know me as a PC gamer. They know me as a variety streamer. They don't know me as the guy who's playing PC games. So it very well may be this is a great game, but most people don't come to my content to watch me play this because they're not thinking Phil's playing a PC game, right? Ellipsian just confirmed, he said, yeah, that's my mentality. I can't play it on console yet, so I'm skipping on watching you play it for now. There you go. Okay? There you go. I stand with Phil says, just say they perceive you as a console peasant. And fair enough. For a decade, I didn't play on PC. I did it first. When I started on YouTube, I had a gaming PC. And I played Witcher 2, and I played Battlefield. I played all these games on it. Then I became a console plebeian for 10 years. So now I'm back PC Master Race for a year. Does anyone actually know that? Most people come to streams like, what version of the game is Phil playing? Well, of course I'm playing on PC. I played everything on PC for a year that I possibly could, but they still, well, what version is Phil playing? Well, you would think they would know I'm on PC. They don't know that. They ask. So here's the thing. Here's the question. We have to determine, am I going to give Hades 2 another shot? Are we saying that it was scenario 1 where Friday night was literally just a bad night? That people couldn't make the stream, they just couldn't support on that one particular case, but that they would come back to watch it if I played it again? Is that what we're rolling with? Or is it that there actually really wasn't enough interest in this and you want to see something else? Because right now, there's another game that I am very interested in playing. And that game is Super Mario Galaxy 2. This is a game that I've never played before. It's a sequel to a game that I absolutely loved. It's a game that I always told you guys, man, I hope that they make it available for more modern consoles because I want to play it. But I don't know. I don't know anything about it, right? I don't know if it's going to work or not. Like, what do you guys think? Would it work or not? Do you think if I play Galaxy 2, people are going to say, oh, that's a Nintendo game. Those are for kids. Bill shouldn't play that. It's for children, right? Or why is he playing this old game? We're in the middle of a new gaming season with all these hot new games that are coming out, and Phil chooses to play Galaxy 2, an old game now? You see, I can think up every criticism and every negative thing. I already know. I've already been there, done that. I know about all of these, okay? So I guess the question is, what do? We have to come up with a solution by Tuesday. We have to decide, is it going to be Hades 2 continuing and I give it another try? Are people actually going to show up this time? Or are people actually going to say they want something more classic, something that they've wanted for years? Do they want Galaxy 2? I'm down for either, but I can't do both, and I want to do what people want. I want to do what people will show up, engage, and support with. I don't want to be sitting here playing games for myself. That's the point. I'm a streamer. I'm here to stream things you want to see. So I need to know what you want. All right? Now let's do some shout outs, and then maybe I'll even do a poll, but I want your feedback right now. Give me your feedback right now. Okay, I'm expecting feedback. First of all, shout outs. Darth Fig did a $5 super chat. I just finished the Game Boy Lego, and it was an awesome build. Oh, yeah? This was fun to do? It looks fun to do, doesn't it? And the fact that it has cartridges, it has Legend of Zelda. I think it's Link's Awakening. And it has Super Mario Land as Lego game cartridges you can put into them, which is kind of really neat. So I'm very much looking forward to doing this by the end of the month. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that it was fun, Darth Fig. Now I'm looking forward to it even more. Okay. So thanks for $5. Cyber Elk did a €2 super chat. Are you excited for a probable Silent Hill 1 remake? Yes. Listen, I played the original Silent Hill trilogy and I liked all 3 games. But when people keep asking me what should be remade, I say 1, because 2 and 3 are accessible. You can play 2 and 3 right now on a modern console because they had that HD collection that sold on PS3, and then that's been ported to modern PlayStations. But you can't play 1. 1 is only available as a PS1 game. So how do you play it? I want a remake of 1. It needs it desperately. I would love to replay 1 in a modern setting, new graphics, everything good. That's what I want. So thanks for $2. And then I received a $2 super chat from Default asking me if I know a particular person. The answer is no, I've never heard of that person. I don't know if this is some meme or whatever, but no, never heard of them. Thanks for $2. Okay. All right. Across the chart, we are already doing American Truck Sim once a week. All right, so here's the deal. I want your feedback, and we have time. Tag me in the chats, either on YouTube or Kick right now. If you're watching this on demand, leave a comment. What's the deal with Hades 2? Why did people not show up and engage and support with that stream on Friday night? Why was it dead? Because, man, it upset me. I really liked the game. The first stream was amazing. What went wrong on Friday night? I want to know. Penny Prince, your feedback is awful. They said, my feedback is skip the podcast, just play games. Literally, the podcasts sometimes do much better than the games. There's been days when I make all my income on the podcast and I start the game and I get nothing. So that's a stupid suggestion. Sorry. And by the way, you didn't drop any kicks on the floor today yet. So get to it. He did. He just, he immediately dropped one. He tossed a penny on the floor. There you go. What happened to the holes in your pockets? Did you sew them up? You got to loosen those pockets a little bit. Just start doing a little bit of sprinkling on the floor. All right? Testy did a $5 super chat. He says, I like your content. Why not try to be more self-deprecating? If you laugh at yourself, it makes it not as fun for the trolls. I think I've gotten better at that in the last several years. The thing is, you don't see it if you only watch detractor content because they would never emphasize that. They would only emphasize that they think that, like, I'm acting like I'm the best player ever, or I'm, like, full of myself. I'm really not at all. And I do joke a lot about I suck at this game, man. Look how stupid I am. I say that shit all the time, but you'll never hear that in a detractor video. You have to be here on the streams. So, Testy, I would say, hang out on the stream. You'll have a lot more fun. Buster Bunny did a $2 super chat. He says, $150 a stream is called the Xbox Game Pass model. The Game Pass model? I would love to hear your explanation for that. Can you elaborate on that? I really don't know how to take that. I'm sure it's probably negative, but I'd like to hear your take. What exactly are you saying? I'm sorry to hear that, Cyberelk. He says, I got a new job. Now, sadly, I don't have time to attend your streams aside from a few exceptions because of the time difference. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you are enjoying the stuff on demand, right? At least the quality of all my stuff has improved so much in the last year, right? That, the visuals, the face cam, everything's good. No matter how you're watching, it's usually a pretty good experience. But I understand someone who wants to interact. It sucks that you can't be here all the time. Quirky Trombone says, I was here for Hades too, but I got abuse from others on Kick. Well, then tell them to shut the fuck up. Call them a bunch of no-life losers who are eternally on the internet and have no fucking life to speak of, and they have no right to make fun of you. Stand up for yourself. Slap them with your mighty strength of the internet. Really. Bop them on the head. No one's allowed to do that shit. And if they're actually harassing you, let me know and I'll take care of it. I don't allow that shit. Hell no. Hades 2 is too similar to League of Legends. Ooh, that's a hard comparison to make. I don't think it's anything like League of Legends. I'm just saying. I'm aware they're remaking Silent Hill 1. I'm well aware that they're doing that, and I'm happy to see that. Someone tipped $1.01 says they're using UDP protocol for the network matchmaking and netcode in these games. If they use TCP, it would be better. Well, to be honest, I'm aware of UDP and TCP from way, way back in the day. The early days when you used to matchmake in games online like Doom multiplayer and stuff like that. Sometimes it would say, do you want to use the UDP or the TCP? But it's been so long removed from that, I don't really understand how any of that works at this point in my life. See, that's not true. Pepsi Fan says, the first stream of Hades was inflated by $100 tip. That was the only difference. The first stream of Hades, we made over almost $200 of support, that stream. And the attendance was way higher, and the engagement was way higher. Like, here's the thing. It's not always just about what you make. If you have a stream where the entire audience is having a great time and you're having a great time and everyone's interacting, it doesn't really matter if you're, oh, I only made $120 on this stream. Oh, woe is me. Big deal, right? But this stream on Friday was literally dead. No one was talking about the game. Kick chat was dead for 4 minutes. No one was interacting. No one was supporting. I felt like I was here by myself playing the game, and that's not the point of me streaming. That's the problem. I hope that makes sense. It felt like a completely different situation to me. The Colonel, with a $5 super chat, says, can you buy me a spoon? No, but I could send you one. I could definitely get you one if you're interested. Thanks for $5, Colonel. All right. Colonel of what? The Colonel of what? Quirky Trombone says, Hades 2 is a great game, but I feel like it's a bad game for streaming. I would stream a different scary game once per day, all Shocktober. Well, there's not enough. Honestly, I would need feedback to know what to play. But, I mean, that's the whole point of the Halloween Marathon coming up, There are going to be some good games this month. For example, we have... Where the hell is it? Where was it just? We have Tormented Souls 2 coming up. I would also argue Ninja Gaiden 4 has a horror element to it. And also the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection at the end of the month. So we have a few games, and then the Halloween Marathon, all these horror games people are nominating. Likely I'm playing a ton of those too. So there will be many horror experiences, and we're finishing Silent Hill F tonight as well. So there you go. Clay JT says Black Ops 7 has added an open mosh pit playlist, reduced skill-based matchmaking. People say the connections are better. Okay, let's do that today. Open mosh pit playlist. Let's do it. Sweet. All right, well, Testy with a $20 super chat says, my theory as to why some games do well and some don't. It's not about the games. Both fans and haters have invested in you and your life story. Your fans want to see you win in life, and that's why asking for support can work. Well, here's the thing. First of all, anyone who says asking for support is wrong is an actual fucking idiot. I'm going to say that again. Anyone who says asking for support on a stream, if your livelihood is being an interactive live streamer, if they're criticizing you and saying that's wrong to do, they're a fucking moron. And that's coming from someone who used to be a fucking moron, because I was one of them. I literally said outright, I think that the content should be good enough alone, that the content should stand for itself, that people should actually just make a living on the videos or whatever it is. They shouldn't be asking for money. I completely disagree now. My attitude has changed because times have changed, and I think that content creation has changed. I think that you have to ask for support. You have to remind the viewers, hey, we have a goal today. I'd like to hit that goal, and then concretely show how hitting the goals helps out. For example, because I'm doing well, if I'm on a day out with my wife and I randomly see a $60 Lego set that we could build one night for a fun stream and have as part of the set, I can just drop that money and get it, right? Right now, we're having a lot of discussions about games and stuff. Now, you notice I'm not saying, oh, well, I just can't get a new game right now. I bought too many. You notice that, right? There's other streamers who have to say that, and I'm not criticizing them in any way. I want you to understand that I used to be in that position. But because you guys support me so much now, I don't have that concern. I could buy any game that I want at any time because you guys have supported me so much. I can do that. I have the freedom to do that. Okay? So that's the thing. If someone's asking for support, but then you're seeing, oh, that person's actually putting in effort. That person is actually doing what we're asking for. That person is doing this. Then that's fine. All right? Now, in regards to fans and haters are invested in me and my life story, I agree. I think that's why I'm still here. If I were anyone else and I was just trying to start and make content right now, I don't think I would be successful. I think the reason that I'm successful today is because I've been here for 17 plus years. This is year 18 right now. So as of September, I've entered year 18 of online content creation. And that's only because I've been here so long, I've worked my ass off so long, that I've got a group of followers who really like me and a group of followers who really hate me. But either way, they both want to follow me for whatever reason. So I will agree with you there. However, especially this time of year, there's distinct times when people attend or don't attend, support and don't support, and the game selection is a part of that. It's not always the whole reason. It's not the whole end-all, be-all, right? Like, for example, if it had nothing to do with games or whatever, then why is it that some of my streams are doing absolutely outstanding and others aren't, right? This whole last week, okay, it was 8 straight days of streaming. I think there was 3 or 4 streams I did not hit my goal, but then a whopping 12 or some I did, right? That's amazingly supportive, positive. That's a win. That's a huge, great week for me. But what I want to do is look at those 4 streams that didn't hit the goal. Why not? Why can't I hit the goal every stream? What is the pattern here? And that's what I need to look at, right? That's what I'm trying to analyze. I'm trying to make sure that what I'm putting out is what you want, right? It's hilarious because you get people like, who was it over there? Was it Penny Prince who said, stop the podcast? Take a look at my support on today's podcast. Take a look. We're $80 already, and the podcast isn't even done yet. Why would I stop doing the podcast? People like it. They like this interactivity. They like this openness that I have with the audience where we can talk and figure stuff out. I want to know what you want on my streams. You understand? But that's the factor here. And what's hilarious is morons who say things like, oh, it's a business meeting. Phil's in the boardroom. He's talking to us like we're employees. No, I'm talking to you like respected human beings. I respect your time, and I want your time here on my streams to be worth your while. Not that I'm ignoring you, doing whatever the hell I want, and then complaining after the fact because I didn't listen to your feedback. That's what I used to do, and I was a moron for doing it. But I've grown and learned and improved, and I'm a better creator now. And I want to continue to be a better creator for you. That's why I listen. That's why we have these conversations, because I've learned and evolved. I don't just do the same old shtick every day. I want to do different things that make sense for you. So if Hades 2 doesn't work, I'm okay with that. Does Mario Galaxy 2? Or was this just a one-off fluke? And Hades 2 will work if I do it again. This is what I need. I need that feedback. Okay? I need that. So I crave it. I want it. That's how you can win in this content creation game. You understand? Bestie says, I'm loving the discussions. The only games I watch right now are survival horror. Well, there you go. We're going to finish Silent Hill tonight. We'll be back with survival horror in a week or two with Tortured Souls 2. Then we're going to have a whole Halloween marathon. Usually what happens is with the Halloween marathon, we find one or two games I really like, and we end up going back and doing playthroughs of them as well. There you go. Vassild is our first major kicker of the day. 500 kicks. Thank you to Vassild. Now, what did Vassild say? Let's find out, because it already scrolled off the screen. He says, I love the podcast. It gives a great recap for people who may have missed the content yesterday. Also, it helps in finding about content, getting gaming news. All right. I try to cover all the major news stories, anything that's really going on in gaming. And sometimes people are like, why haven't you talked about the news in a while? Because a lot of the times there's nothing going on in gaming news, and the people who cover it are just hyping up nonsense. Like, there's been some real non-tent stories. Did you hear about the new PlayStation model? There's no information about the new PlayStation model. Zero. There's no information about GTA 6 right now. It's bullshit. People just make stuff up to get clickbait because there's nothing going on, right? But I try to cover the major stuff and try to give you a perspective that may be unique and makes sense to a lot of people who only saw it from a different perspective, depending on how other people are talking about it, you know? Like, perhaps my coverage of the whole Xbox Game Pass price increase and all the changes is a little different from everybody else's, or maybe it's the same, or whatever. As long as you get something out of the podcast, I love doing it too. Okay, I've heard this before. Let's go to this one. 100% Allah says, in the early streams, we have 5 hours to hit a goal. During the night stream, we only have 3 hours to hit the same amount. That's correct, but that's because my income is not representative on how long I stream. That's not true at all. Well, think about it. I don't make an hourly wage. It's not like, oh, Phil streams 5 hours, therefore he should make more. He streams 3 hours, he should make less. People show up, drop the support, and whether they stick around or not, you know, but that's how it works. So it doesn't matter how long I'm streaming. It just matters what I'm streaming and if it's entertaining to you, because then you'll drop the support. You don't have to stick around for 5 or 3 hours or there's no hourly criteria here. Do you understand? Streaming is very, very different from video creation. For example, you could argue, well, wait a minute. If Phil only made 3 hours of content today and 5 hours of content tomorrow, and it's all on-demand content, obviously he makes more money on the 5 hours because of ad revenue. That's correct. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the live streaming audience. Streaming is a very different animal. It really is. Lilith, I'm feeling a lot of people also probably are canceling their Game Pass right now as well. I hate to say it. I think Microsoft has made so many missteps with Xbox in the last year. They are about to lose, I would say, a third. I think I'm not even exaggerating. I believe because of this viral anti-Microsoft movement that has now begun, I believe they will lose 1/3 of their Game Pass subscribers in the next year. I firmly believe that. Unless they find a way to turn it around. If they add features and things and value added, I think they're going to lose a third. And the funny part is, this was supposed to be their money-making scheme. Like, they lost money on having Call of Duty be a part of Game Pass last year, and their internal memos and people in charge are saying, we have to find a way to make money. Okay, let's increase Game Pass. No, you're going to lose money increasing the price of Game Pass. I feel like they're going to lose a third of their subs. That's my feeling. No, Kick does not pay on an hourly rate whatsoever. Kick has a partner program called KCIP. That's what I'm in. It pays you based on viewer numbers, engagement, and time streamed. What is the formula? I have absolutely no idea. Because I've had days where it appears that I have the same audience as the day before and I make more. And I've had days where it appears that I have less and I make less. You know what I'm saying? Like, attendance will go up and I make less. Attendance is down and I make more. So I don't know what the formula is. I don't think anyone does. They've never actually provided us with any kind of an explanation of how it works. It's just enable it and make money while streaming. Like, that's literally it. So, there's no hourly wage you make. It's a very big fluctuating thing. All right. We're approaching the end of the podcast. We'll probably end within 5 minutes. So I do have one thing to adjourn with. Someone tipped $1 to talk about it, and the person who just tipped $1, just so you know, I'm just about to address it to close the show, okay? Just so everyone knows, okay? But we'll get to that in a second. It'll be how I'm going to actually close the show, all right? No, I don't write a script for the podcast. No, I don't. I just have a list of topics in my head I want to cover, and I go bing, bing, bing in my head, and that's it. I don't have anything written, no outline, no script, nothing like that. Definitely an unscripted show. Yeet Mania says, it's funny. There's this viral movement anti-Microsoft, but I know 4 people who just got an email that said, oh, my Xbox Game Pass price is going up. They didn't even know about the viral movement. They just said, nah, and they just canceled. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think literally they will lose a third of their subscriber base. I'm almost 100% that's going to happen. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to end the show. I'm going to take a break. We're going to set up, and it's going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for 2.5 more hours. I would love your suggestions on what are the better weapons, what loadout should I use, because now I've unlocked some stuff from playing last time. So I would love to customize and do better today than I did last time. All right, so feedback, greatly appreciated, everybody, if you could give me some. Let's have a great stream. Let's hit that goal. Tonight, the conclusion of Silent Hill F. We have a couple days to figure out what we're doing on Tuesday. If we're doing Hades 2 again or if we're doing Mario Galaxy 2, let's figure that out, okay? All right, time to end the show. So how am I going to close the show today? Well, it's very simple. Many people today have been trying to talk about it. All right, I already addressed this on Friday night, but a lot of people don't know I did. So on Friday night, on the Daily Wrap, I said about a 3-minute piece about Kino Casino. All right, so here's the deal. That hasn't changed, okay? Because here's the truth about Kino Casino. They are farmers of drama and lolcow content on the internet. What they do is they make content about someone in the hopes that that person will then respond to what they have done. They will directly say things about what they said or did, and that allows them to have a counterpoint. It allows them to respond back. And it's this endless cycle of content that they farm. That's exactly what they do. And to be quite frank, they're very good at it. In fact, there's a rumor right now that this guy iDubbbz apparently is going to actually unretire and do a content cop episode on Kino Casino because Kino Casino have been covering him in a negative way over the last several months. And people are basically on the internet saying, what a mistake, because that's exactly what they want. They want this guy to fall into their clutches so that they have an endless farm of content to work from, and they will make thousands of dollars on it. Do you understand? So here's the truth. I have not actively thought about Kino Casino in a very long time because I don't care about them. The only time that I think about them is when you guys are bringing them up, and then I'll respond. I'm not going to pretend like they don't exist or anything like that. But if you guys bring them up, I'll respond to what you're saying, and then we move right on. There haven't been any elongated, nasty segments about them. I haven't really cared about anything. I'm well aware that they've talked negatively about me tons of times in the last 7 months since I last worked with them. For the record, it's been 7 months. I want you all to understand this. 7 months since I worked with them. And I split off contact and said, I'm done with you. It wasn't them that made the decision. It was me. I actively said, this is what's best for me and my audience, right? And that was the end of it. They were so upset that I was taking control of the situation and actually standing up for myself and all that. They couldn't take it, right? They were so upset. So 7 months, they've been talking about me. They've been doing all this. And then apparently, from what I'm to understand, they did a big special about me on Friday night. I've not seen it. I'll be honest, I saw a couple screenshots of it. That's about it. It's only been screenshots on social media and people saying stuff about it. I have not watched it for myself. I'm not going to watch it for myself. I have no interest in it. I don't care about these guys, all right? What they want me to do is watch it, respond to it, and give them content. No. You get nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. You deserve nothing. You get nothing. Get it? I'm not going to content farm for you because I don't need to. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm successful. I'm doing good. As I was doing this talk, I just received 20 gifted memberships. I don't need to do anything for you, nor do I have to engage with you. I have no interest in you. All right. And the funny part is, from the 2 thumbnails that I saw, 2 thumbnails, that's all I saw. Screenshots, I should call them, actually. The 2 screenshots that I saw, distinctly, I'm looking at it like, oh my God, I could say this and I could say that, and that would be funny, and that would really, people would say, oh, you got him. But wait a minute. That's exactly what they want. That's why they did it. 7 months later, after the fact, they're still obsessing on me. Why? Because I'm the one guy who got them. I was smarter than them. I played them. I beat them. I robbed the casino. They can't fucking take it. They are coping and seething for 7 straight months, and now they think this is it. You got nothing. It doesn't affect me. I have 0 effect from anything you say or do about me ever. Don't you understand that DSP is bulletproof and always will be? Because I've been here before you, and God damn it, I'll be here long after you're gone. I am eternal when it comes to this content creation. I'll do it for as long as I want, as well as I want, and I'll stop doing it the day when I'm tired of it. I'm in control of myself and my destiny, and nobody else. Doesn't matter what you say and do. Doesn't matter how many nasty documentaries you make about me, how many hour-long obsessive videos you make about me, how many slanderous things you say about me. None of it matters. I'll still be here every day making my own content, having a good life. You'll still be that person that wishes you were me. Yes, folks, I'll say it one more time. All these people who constantly say shit about me, do you want to know why? Because they all wish they were me. They all wish they were sitting right here in this chair, looking like this, acting like this, having a good living like this, not having to analyze lolcow content all day long because it ain't fun, it's shit. It's like, oh, I can make a good living, but I'm swimming with the pigs and shit to do it. And I don't have to do that. So I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to watch it, respond to it. I don't know anything about it. I don't care. Have fun. All the idiots of the internet, please go over there. Leave all of us normal people alone. We have important things to do. We have time to share. We have things that we want to do. Enjoy games, enjoy each other's company, not be toxic, not bring down others around us to get success. We don't have to do that. Why? Well, let's see. Because we have morals, because we have values, and because we have talent. Get it? When you don't have to tear down others to be successful, that's true talent. Anyone can step on someone else to get ahead, but the person who succeeds on their own is the person who truly has talent. Everyone has a different opinion. Everyone can judge and like whatever they want, and that's fine. But I am not going to change myself, my morals and my values and who I am to get ahead. I very well could, and I had a chance to, and I turned it down, quite frankly. They were trying to pull me into it. I said, absolutely not. I refuse. I'm not going to stoop to their level. I'm not going to be this toxic drama farmer. Fuck that shit. I'm better than that. And now I really am better than that. It's been more than half a year. I'm doing good. I'm very successful, just doing my own way. This is what I was directly told by them you can't do. You can't just enjoy games. That'll never work. Why would you make that content? That ain't going to work. You got to do what we do. Well, then why am I successful 7 months later? Why am I getting tons of support? Why is my setup improving? Why are we having a great time all the time? I don't get it. I thought that I was the loser who didn't know what he was doing and I had to abandon my ways and take your ways. Obviously, it's not true. And people can't stand that. That's why they cope and they see. Then 7 months later, after I'm long removed from that, they're still talking about me. They're still making videos about me. I mean, they wish they were me. One of them literally dressed up and tried to imitate me. And the other one pretended to be my wife because he's in love with me. I mean, it's pretty funny, right? Like, you say, what was it called? I don't even remember what it was called. The dented zone or something. And then you see the thumbnail and it's them. It's like, you literally you're calling yourselves dented. You made a video. It's the 3 of you is the thumbnail, the dented zone. Did you understand? It's yourself? Your thumbnail is the three of you standing there looking like idiots. Yeah, you're right. You are a bunch of dents, I guess. I mean, you said it yourself, not me. I didn't even have to watch it. All I saw was the thumbnail of the video. That's all I have to say about that. I'm never going to watch it. I don't give a shit. More power to them. You know what? I hope that they make one a day. Why not make 1 hour video about me a day? It's just nice free advertisement. Seriously. And it gets people talking about me. I had a nice day off yesterday. I come back today. Everyone wants to be on my show to find out my thoughts. I don't have any thoughts. I have more important things to do in my life than watch your garbage. That's made literally for the mentally challenged. No person in their right mind who's sane and has a fucking functioning brain would watch that crap. As they watch, the mouth drool is going down and they're opening their wallets and sending you their money because they're stupid. So continue to be the Pied Pipers of the mentally deficient. Have fun with it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in the least. I'm still good. You do you. Fuck them. I don't give a shit. Okay. All right. Well, a couple more shout outs and then we'll actually end the show. I got a $2 tip actually. So this person basically says they put in a whole bunch of effort and you're not even giving them the attention that they want. I mean, I'm literally never going to watch it. I refuse. I don't care. I really don't give a shit at all. If it doesn't affect me, why do I care about it? Right? Has nothing to do with anything. It's just a bunch of stupid nonsense on the internet. It's like, here's who it affects. People who literally live on the internet 24/7. If your entire existence is on the internet, you must be like, ooh, sick bird. Like, no. My life is off the internet. My work is on the internet. My life is off the internet. I have a happy family life. I have a great time not being on streams. I work a lot, but I'm successful off and on streams with my life. I don't live eternally on the internet. I don't give a shit about what people say about me there. Why would I? I still stream and I'm still successful regardless. Go for it. Okay. And so we had NDO who dropped 20 memberships. 20 memberships from NDO. Amazing. Thank you, man. Let's get you up on the leaderboard here. $60 of support from NDO. Amazing. Okay, and Ellie or Eli, E-L-Y, became a member this morning as well. So thank you for that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely positively official. Guess what? We haven't even booted a game, and we have already hit the goal. Thank you guys for your early support. Hopefully you'll stick around to watch me play some Black Ops 7, and hopefully it's good. I really do hope that it's good. But I cannot wait for more action and fun and to not have to worry about the pressure of hitting the goal because we already have. All right? Thank you all so very, very much. And by the way, shout out to all the people who like to keep talking about me because they think that it helps them when in reality, all it does is help me. Fair enough? All right, folks. Great show. Thanks for chilling. We need to come to a conclusion, or I should say a consensus, about Hades 2. That's what we've got to figure this out. I don't know what we're going to do about Hades 2. Do we play it on Tuesday, or do we start playing Mario Galaxy 2? Let's talk about that over the next couple of days. All right? But in the meantime, thanks in advance for some great days between. There will not be a podcast tomorrow. All right? Because I'm going to do another major Silk Song stream. But I will return on Tuesday with more fun and festivities and, of course, my decision about what we'll be playing. Thank you guys so much. See you soon.